Yeah! Back to back People's pre-fight shows, ladies and gentlemen, on numbered events. Yes, we're not doing pay-per-view anymore. Numbered events. UFC 325 kicking off at the top of the hour. I mean, is it actually UFC 325 kicking off at the top of the hour since we have the road to UFC fights? I don't know. I guess mileage may vary on how you feel about things, but yes, Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes 2 for the Featherweight Championship of the World is headlining this event. We have Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint-Denis. We have Rafael Fiziev taking on Mauricio Ruffi. We have the return of Tai Tuivasa. Killing Salkid's about to nuke a fighter that actually competes from the same region of the world. And yeah, things are going to happen tonight. Is it the most hyped up numbered event we've ever seen? No. Will it be a good time? I think it will be, much like today's People's Pre-Fight Show, because joining me, this is a treat. This very rarely happens, especially on a numbered event. Joining me to answer your questions, not at the event. He is at home in very cold New York. It's actually snowing here in South Carolina. But ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome in José Youngs. How about that? How are you, my friend?
It's bone chilling in New York. It was like 2 degrees when I woke up. I got stranded in Vegas for like an extra 36 hours because of the blizzard, and apparently we're going to get another blizzard sometime this week. So, but we persevere. Weird not being at a number event, especially weird not being in an Australian numbered event. I've been to the last several, so but I don't hate it. It's going to be nice. I have not experienced the Paramount broadcast yet.
Oh,
so this will also be my first Paramount card because, as you know, when you're backstage covering a fight, I'll put it to you this way. I don't think I watched any MMA until the main event of UFC 324 because, like, while fights are happening, you're interviewing people. So I got to see nothing. I didn't see a second of Sean O'Malley Song Yadong. I saw no seconds of Umar versus Davis and Figueiredo. I saw no seconds of any fight except for the first fight, obviously, because there's no one to interview yet, and then the main event because they hold everyone to the end. So I'm very excited to see what a full UFC Paramount card looks like.
It's not like the best card on paper. But like I said, I'm choosing to be more positive in 2026 and not just dump on everything that the UFC gives us. Because I do think this is going to be a time to be had. I think it's going to be fun. I think the main card is going to get at least 3 finishes. We might get 4, could get 5 here. Like it's everything's in play, but I think we're getting 3 finishes in the main card for sure. We'll obviously do predictions and stuff later on, but as you guys know, it's the People's Pre-Fight Show. Fire in those questions. We'll pull them up. We'll discuss until we get to the top of the hour, and then we can watch some fists fly. Brandon asks, if Volk wins here tonight, who's next that makes sense? Honestly, I thought after the heat, they would have booked Yair versus Diego, and we would finally get Alex versus Movzar. Who's your pick? So Volk wins, Jose. Who's he fighting next, in your opinion?
I have a feeling that in the coming days, maybe even tonight, they announce it.
They better announce it tonight.
They might announce the UFC London main event. And I have a feeling there's going to be a couple featherweights at the top of the marquee. Not only that, I have a couple guys that should probably be fighting Volkanovski tonight, either one. So if it is indeed Lerone Murphy versus Movzar Evloev in the main event at UFC London, like we've all heard from various sources and people on the internet that like to run with stories before they are officially official, it is very obviously the winner of that, right? Like, how do you not? But it's the UFC. If Diego wins, the problem is, like, if they do Noche in September, I don't know if they go to Guadalajara. I know they're supposed to last year. Arena wasn't done. I don't know if they go there in September. I've heard a mixed bag. The main event of Diego Yair for the featherweight title is perfect. There's not a world where Diego wants to wait from February to September if Diego wins. There's not a world Volkanovski wants to wait. So it's got to be the winner of Movzar and Lerone. Or if Diego wins, they could even run it back with Volk and do a rubber match. I don't know. But it's got to be Movzar or Lerone Murphy. It just has to be. It would be promotional malpractice not to book that. Maybe if they want to do because March is such a quick turnaround. They haven't announced anything past March yet, right? Because they don't technically have April. We've obviously heard rumblings. There's not an inkling in my mind where the May PLE could be. I know they got to go to Salt Lake. I know they got to go to Toronto. I know they got to go to a whole bunch of places. They got to go to Vegas again. They got to go to Perth. This White House card is throwing a wrench in everything.
Yeah, it's kind of what we envisioned with all of this.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to headline these cards. Or are we going to just get a few pay-per-views, which is like big names and big fights that have no titles and like little stakes? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do here. But we shall see. Yeah, I mean, it has to be either Movzar or Lerone whether they fight or not. It has to be one of those two. Can you imagine if Diego wins and then his first title defense is Yair Rodriguez?
Dude,
like, it makes sense for Noche, but if people are pissed that he's fighting Volk, they're gonna be livid if he fights Yair Rodriguez.
There's a world where Diego wins and his first title defense is John Silva. Why not?
At least John has won a fight recently.
Diego, but it's the same thing. Like Diego beats John, gets the rematch.
Yeah.
Diego beats Silva. Silva wins. Why not? Like, nothing matters. It's not like you have to sell pay-per-views.
God, what are we doing here?
Volkanovski should not fight. If Volk loses bad, I wouldn't mind if he called it a career. It doesn't need to prove anything. If Volk loses and he goes, I want one more swing at it, and then they book, like, say they do Volk, John Silva for a number one contender, and Volk wins, and then, I don't mind that either, but, like, Lerone, Movzar have to be one half of the next featherweight title fight, regardless of who wins.
Yeah. Thank you for the compliment.
Because also, like, Diego Lopes is in wars. I know he likes quick turnarounds, so those catch up. Like, you can't turn around quickly after wars that long.
Yeah. I don't think tonight's going to go particularly well for him.
We'll see.
My prediction will tell you as such. I'm not giving him no chance because dude hits hard and he's a giant.
Yeah.
And he is fun and he is entertaining and he's got a lot of energy in there. He's going to get finished tonight. I just don't see, like, I know there's a lot of talk and you're hyping up a fight and you're trying to get people over and you're trying to make the fight seem significant, but I tend to agree with Volkanovski where he's just like, yeah, man, we just fought in April. I don't see how he can make those adjustments in 10 months.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
It's crazy that Volk hasn't fought since then.
I know. Pretty wild, but hey, Diego wins. What a feather in his cap for sure. Do you think he does retire with a win?
I did.
I don't think
I did for a while. I heard a few people say like they thought it, and not just people, but like people involved in like the Australian MMA scene. I really don't think so anymore. I think those 10 weeks we just joked about, I think those 10 weeks lit a fire under him. He's like, hey, like, I want that 10 months of inactivity is 10 months of no damage. I think he's going to want to rack up a few, and he's been doing interviews all week saying like, he's about to renegotiate his contract. He wants to fight the winner of Movzar and Lerone if that happens. He's even talking about Armin Sarukian because Armin teased him dropping down to featherweight. Like, why not? No, I don't think so anymore. Like, Volk is the man. Like, Volk is the man when it comes to fighting dudes. He's just a cool dude. He's just such a cool fighter.
Yeah. Do you know he played rugby and he was over 200 pounds at one point?
No way.
No one ever. I'm just making sure.
I bet. I have a feeling Jed thinks he's not the best featherweight in the world too. Big if true.
Oh man.
And I bet Damon hates the women's bantamweight division. These are all things that I've never heard of in my life.
Are you both prepared for Sam Darnold to dismantle your franchise?
Sure.
Jose
Only
is
one
not
of
a
us are
Patriots fan.
But I don't dislike the Patriots.
Yeah.
I do not. I'm happy when my dad gets happy. I don't really care who wins. I have my college roommate sitting here watching the Royal Rumble right now. He is sadly enough a Jets fan.
Oh, so this is a nightmare for him.
I know. This is worst case scenario for him right now with Darnold and the Patriots. I don't particularly care. I have Drake May in a dynasty league, so I kind of in the back of my mind support him. I've always liked Mike Vrabel, even when he was a player. I also really like JSN on the Seahawks. And I think it'd be cool for Donald to win because he's been bounced around so much. I don't really care. I just hope it's a good game. I don't want like one of these blowouts that we've seen in the Super Bowls lately.
Yeah. I mean, look, if the Patriots win, it's incredible. If they don't, like, I'm okay with it. Like, I'll be bummed for like 5 minutes. And I'll be like, look, at best, I thought they'd win 9 games this year. And I would have been over the moon with that heading into 2026, 2027 season. But
it's tough because like a lot of Patriots fans are like, oh, even if we lose, like we got Drake May, like we got a bright future and everything. I'm like, Dan Marino made it his first, second, third year in the league, and then never again.
Yep.
Joe Burrow has not made it since. Like making a Super Bowl is hard.
It's very hard.
Aaron Rodgers made 1 Super Bowl. It's hard. Like don't like if you make the Super Bowl, don't go in saying like, oh, even if we lose, we got 20 more years of Drake May. That shit is hard because Cam Newton is out of the league, and at one point he was the face of the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they're playing Sam Darnold, who like literally has one of the most famous quotes in NFL in the last like 20 years, where he's like, "Yeah, man, played that team, saw ghosts. Yeah, not a pretty good thing to say." And now you're playing.
You play for the Jets.
Yeah, and now you're playing a team with a better defense than the time you played them previously.
This is also his second Super Bowl. Everyone keeps saying Super Bowl debut.
Yep.
Second Super Bowl.
Let's see. Mike, if last week the audience peaked at 5.9 million, how much will it drop tonight?
Oh,
it's going to drop
far.
Significantly tonight.
It's going to drop far.
I had somebody say, there's like a whole thing going on social media where Spin and Backfist put out this like little quote. You probably saw it where it's like, we haven't had fights in 6 weeks. And then 2 weeks in, everyone's saying like, this card is ass. Like what a cruel world we live in or something like that. Like, I don't think like this, honestly, like this is the norm. Like this is what we get.
Yeah.
Look at UFC 312. The only difference between this and UFC 312 is we got a second title fight and it was just Zhang Weili beating the hell out of Tatiana Suarez for 25 minutes. And then we got DDP just smushing Sean Strickland in a non-competitive fight. We had 2 non-competitive title fights. And then we had like similar names. We had Tafas and the Talis and Teixeiras. I don't know what it is about Talis and Teixeira, but he loves fighting on pay-per-view style cards in Australia. Yeah. This is the second year in a row he's doing this. Like, this card is actually better than 312 there's more stakes at 312 because there are 2 title fights, but like from an entertainment standpoint, this card is better on paper than 312 was. So it's not great, but this is the norm. I'm not going to sit here and get bent out of shape about it. There's so many people getting bent out of shape about this card. But look, 324 did big numbers. It passed the mom test. I had people talking to me about that card for the first time in years. People I haven't heard from like since I was in high school reached out and were like, oh, what are you thinking about this card? Like, is Patty good? Is he this? Is he that? Like, not getting anything with this one because we kind of just saw everything. So, yeah, man, it's not going to do well. We'll be in the millions, I think.
Yeah, I feel like you turn Paramount on. It's on like the front page, so obviously, yeah.
People are going to watch it.
Will Travis Barker be there? Probably not.
No, don't think so. I mean, he is a ratings monster, as you know. So let's see. Yeah, I think we'll get like 1.6 million. I think that'll be our peak, maybe something of that ilk, but we'll see. What else we got? Setup looks great. Wait to see the watch party setup. Yeah, we're in Command Center 5.0.
You've had 5 command centers?
Yeah.
Jesus. Did you move again? You moved again?
I did.
Man.
A mile away.
You've moved you've moved once a year since like basically you've started MMA fighting.
I think so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You just must be a pro.
This is it.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
No, this is really it. Yeah, but we're in the new one. Wasn't the plan, but we literally, I mean, they're calling for like a blizzard in South Carolina and like not to drive at all. Yeah. So it would be not great. A little dangerous to drive back.
You got to get real books behind you. Do you see that Luke Thomas? I'm going to bring it up again. This is the third time. This is the third different last year I brought it up. On the first Morning Combat, he had Chuck Madden. He introduced obviously Chuck as like his new co-host. And he's like, Chuck, it's nice to see a journalist have actual books behind them. Like we don't really see that. I'm like, sir, Where have you been the last 6 years?
And he's read them all. He's
Damn
read all
near.
these books.
Damn
yeah.
near. There's a few that I just got that I haven't finished yet, but yes, damn near.
Hosada, thank you. Thoughts on the Josh Hokett gimmick? Does it prove Luke Thomas right that MMA is a right-wing sport? Plus, who has the better beard, me or Hamzat? Yes, that's me in the pick. Well, you super chatted us, so I'm just going to go with you for show. That is sick beard, by the way.
That is a powerful beard.
That is a powerhouse beard. But thoughts on the Josh Hokett gimmick, which, by the way, is not new. It's not new. He was doing it in Bellator.
Yeah, I think it sucks. I think it sucks then. I think it sucks now. But then I see like the numbers it brings. I'm like, God, I hate everything about this. Like, I remember when he walked in to like the press room and like there's some young journalists there that think it's like the funniest thing in the world. But then like all the people that like have been covering the sport for a long time were just like, if this is just gonna how it's be, don't bring him back here. Like, what are we talking to him for? Like, you just didn't answer anything. He just yelled a bunch of nonsense, threw Brittany Griner under the bus for no reason. Like, I thought I don't care for it, but I'm not gonna tell him not to do it. I think it's stupid.
He's gonna get. I mean, look, he's a heavyweight. You need to do something that stands out.
Sure.
And look, I actually didn't mind the first one. I mean, he beat one of the worst fighters to ever make the UFC roster. I don't want this to sound bad, but Max Jimenez is just not that guy. And Hogan ran him over, and like, yeah, he caught a promo, and it was a little cringy, but nothing like this one. And he was like talked about in more of a positive light. You got to do something to make you stand out at heavyweight. Like, dude could be fighting for a belt in a year at this point because there's nobody in the division. So, but it's not great. It's,
you know who else hates it?
It's a
Dana White.
And yeah, Dana didn't put it, but you know what Dana's gonna say when he books Josh Hogan against like a ranked dude. See, people are gonna pay money to watch him get his ass beat. Gonna say it. Mike, we celebrate Uriah Faber won his combat BJJ match at A1 last night. 46 years old and doing the thing. Yes, he did win against Francisco Rivera. And you know what? He could win again. He could win again, Lazy Bed. I don't think he's going to, but he's wrestling Henry Cejudo at RAF 6 on February 28th. So maybe he goes back to back with a couple of big wins. But did you see the clip of Uriah Faber getting the RNC at the end of his main event, Jose?
I did. Good on him. I've been interviewing Uriah for like 16 years at this point. So it's good to see him still doing the thing. It's always good to see him around fight week too. There's some kids that are covering MMA now, like in the media tent, that like have never seen Uriah Faber fight.
It's crazy.
Which is nuts. I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent. Not even a tangent. It's going to be like a quick thing. There was like a 20-something-year-old kid, and I got stranded, and there were two like young guys that have just started covering MMA, and they have no idea who John Morgan is. And I was like, this is bananas. That this is now it's like because it's like John hasn't been doing this. Like, he's been working for CFFC for like the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't travel. So it's like they're not aware that he gets the first question, which is like not even, he doesn't even care about getting the first question. We just like, as all like, because like you and me are like part of that same generation of journalists that came up and he was already established by the time we hit this. So that's more like you've been doing this 10 years before I got here, like a respect thing. And they're just like, oh, like, why does he get the first question? I'm like, do you not know who John Morgan is? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh no, I'm so old now. I'm so old. Like, Chuck was there. Chuck was at Zuffa Boxing, and I was like, oh, what's up, Chuck? And like, there were kids that are like, who is that? I'm like, this is bizarre. Wow. Very bizarre.
Yeah, we are in the twilight zone, I feel like 50% of the time. Yeah. John's like the perfect first question guy. He asks like all the right stuff that you could follow up on. It's perfect. Like these are the questions. Just let's get. And
now it's become my role, and that's why I get a lot of grief. I'm like, you don't understand. I can't just be like.
It's not easy being in that role.
No, you just have to get all the nonsense out of the way, and then you can ask the question. Case in point, like when Derek Lewis's media day, like Oscar kicked off, and Derek had no desire to talk. So then you throw him a non-MMA question. You got to clean up. Like the BS questions are the worst part, but they're a necessity. Get it out of the way and then talk everything you want. And John was great at it. I'm trying to do that, but we'll see.
Yeah. I was so excited. I'm so excited you brought this up. Fellas,
I knew this was coming too.
word is GFL will make an announcement regarding IPO and share offerings early next week. I believe Mike Russell reported this. The company backing them recently added Darren Owen as a board member. What does this mean to you? Does this just mean like we're going to get let down again and then nothing's going to happen?
I don't care.
Will they have
Like
a single MMA event in 2026?
dude. One of my New Year's resolutions for 2026 is like stop trying to like, oh, what if this happens, then this will happen. Like, when's the last time anything in MMA has happened that like we predicted would happen? It just doesn't. It rarely happens at this point. Like the second LeBron got that spinning elbow, we're like, oh, him and Volk. Nope.
No.
Like the second Hamza one, we're like, oh, he'll fight again in December. Nope.
Well, we knew that wasn't happening.
Like it just doesn't. But like, I don't know, man. Like GFL
Good luck.
is not until GFL has an event, they're not a thing in my mind.
Yes.
Like they just don't exist. Like, cool, we'll talk about it, but like until they have, like RAF has been around for what, a year, less than a year. Let's have their 6th event. I know it's different, but like, don't do your AI slop and then disappear and then ask us until you do an event.
They had a draft. They had a draft.
Did they?
Remember they had a draft last year?
Do you mean the draft where the board was accidentally posted before the event?
So yeah, they did a draft, and
sure.
then they tried to televise a draft that was already drafted.
Yeah, sick. And Lerone Murphy was the #1 contender. It happens. Like until it happens, it's not. It's a great concept. It could have like the rollout was, I think, absolutely bizarre. But crazy. Like until I see a GFL fight, remember like Whamma, at least Whamma had a belt that Fedor wrapped around his waist. Remember when like now I'm really dating myself. At least Whamma had something. At least Affliction had 3 events. Like GFL is nothing at this point. Like me, the JFC, the José Fighting Championship has the same amount of events as the GFL. So like I want
IFL had a good run.
IFL, dude. If GFL came out with a rap like the IFL, I'm there. I'm there.
That'd be incredible. GFL, do the thing. Thoughts on the Shafkat video that is making the rounds, Jose?
Yeah, that's a bummer. I had heard that he was still recovering, and then wasn't there like some car accident or something involving his family? I don't quite. They were like, So then I heard that he was dealing with that, but if this video is actually current, that's crazy.
I mean,
that's a bummer. And for those of you that haven't seen it, like there's a video going around of Shafkat in a boot, or is it an ankle or a knee thing or whatever, and he's on crutches, so like not ideal for someone that people want to do.
Yeah, not ideal. Because I was told like late February, early March is what he was targeting. This is probably like back in November when it was talking about coming back. So I don't know, man. It's tough to say because like you have to like everyone's running with this. Like, oh, it's him, and that's today. But like, I don't know. I haven't dove in enough to know for sure. But
yeah,
I don't know, man.
Like I saw it this morning, and I was like. Because like he could be world, like if he didn't get hurt against Ian Gary, he could be world champion right now. Like we could have seen Ian Gary not Ian Gary, we could have seen Islam versus Shafkat, which is like the elite of the elite martial arts. Yeah, but man. I mean, Habib's had a bunch of knee surgeries too, so has GSP, and they came back better than ever. So I'm not saying it's out of the question.
We shall see. God, where's this welterweight division going? I'm so nervous. So nervous. What else?
I don't hate the idea of what Prates was on the guest fighter Q&A, and he said that he wants to fight JDM in the main event of the rumored Perth fight night this year.
Which is when?
I don't know. Like I know we have to go to Perth, but I don't know if that's a numbered event or a fight night. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But he's like, if there's a fight night, I want it because he has a kid in Australia. So he wants to fight in Australia whenever he wants, and he's been wanting to fight JDM. JDM is from Perth. Like that's a sick main event too. 5 rounds between those two. That's just a fun fight. Makes sense.
Oh, we gotta wait. What was that, November last year?
I think that was October, September, somewhere. It was in the fall.
Yeah, it
I
was
don't
definitely
know.
a fall event.
Yeah, I don't know.
God, I don't want Pratt to wait that long to fight.
Me neither.
But I mean, main event, big opportunity. Why the hell not? What else we got here? GFL isn't real.
That's
Where
right.
is Dricus Duplessis, Jose? That's what people want to know.
I mean, he should be fighting Brandon Allen if we're gonna matchmake the middleweight division, but I don't know if that's actually gonna happen.
I mean, that fight makes sense now. I was so not into that fight. But now I wanted Anthony Hernandez DDP. That's the one I wanted.
Sure.
But obviously,
totally.
Anthony's fighting Strickland, but
middleweight is at that same point. Like, I feel like we were having the same conversation with middleweight a year ago, where like there was like 5 or 6 people that everyone has their favorite middleweight, and we matchmake our favorite middleweight against whatever. But like, there's no wrong answer. Like, Strickland Hernandez is sick. Like, was it Reinier de Ritter's fighting Cabo Halio? Sick. Like, middleweight is just like a bunch of. It's like there's a champion, and then a bunch of number 2s right now. Like, any one of those guys could be fighting. Like Imavov, again, Imavov should be fighting for the belt, but who knows?
Yeah. Matchmake the welterweight division.
No one's hurt. Islam, Shafkat, Morales, Ian Gary, Prates, JDM, Kamaru versus. I mean, Kamaru versus Ian Gary is also sick. But if Shafkat's out, I wouldn't mind. But if they did Morales, Prates, or Gary against Islam, if it's not going to be Kamaru or it's not going to be Shafkat, then I don't. Again, there's no wrong answer for the welterweight number 1 contender. I don't particularly want to see Usman.
No, that's terrible.
I think that's the worst. It's a
By
sick
far,
fight, but it's the worst for the future because he's going to win and go to middleweight if it happens. And then it doesn't matter. Yeah, so I don't know.
Just if nobody's hurt, it's if we're playing this as sport, it should be Michael Morales versus Islam Makhachev.
Yeah,
like he has done enough to separate himself from the pack. Usman should be fighting Shafkat. Like, that's what I want to see. You go out there and you beat Shafkat, Usman, I'll give you the next 3 title shots, and you won't get a complaint from me.
Why is it Morales and not Ian Gary? Because Ian just beat Prates, and the Bilal win people are because it was so unmemorable. I think. Yeah, I mean,
folks. The Prates win was good too. He almost got iced in that fight down the stretch. It was very, very close. Morales has not even broken a sweat against a guy like Sean Brady. Like, that is super hard to do. Totally. That is super tough to do. Even like the Bilal finish, like Brady had a good first round, and then Bilal like turned things around and like got him out of there. But Morales just crushed him without any like there was. I don't think he got touched in that fight.
And it was I totally agree, but I feel like and people can think what they want about Ian, but he seems like the forgotten man considering he's beaten. Everyone is debating Prates, Usman, and Morales. And Ian's beaten Prates, and then he just beat the former champion.
Yeah.
Like, I think Ian is probably Morales, I think we can both agree Morales is probably ahead on the pecking order. Yeah. But I think Ian is right there. I think he's obviously clearly ahead of Carlos.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah, but like...
He's... There's like 1 and 2. I have Morales 1 in Ian 2.
Yeah.
Like, I think... And Shafkat, if he was like 100% right now...
It'd
be Mike, Shafkat, Ian.
Yeah,
that's how I'd have it right now.
I would agree.
And then
Usman's not even on the list.
Yeah, I mean, Prates has a win over like I don't know. I think you probably have to favor Usman and then Prates, but I don't know. Just fight one of those dudes and you can go fight for the belt. It's all good.
Dru McIntyre won. All right, I got the Royal Rumble on behind me.
Dru McIntyre won. Yeah, good for him. Oh, he fought. He wrestled
Sami Zayn.
Sammy, yeah,
yeah, because Sammy is Muslim and it's in Saudi, and he's now 0-12 against Dru McIntyre because everyone cares about this in our chat. Anyway,
hey, Mike and Jose, International Brawling Championship is a new sport starting in Australia now. I know the majority of listeners will love it. Give it a go. The International Brawling Championship.
What is that?
Are we trying to steal thunder from Dan Hooker's 1 minute scraps? I'd be down to go to one of those. just seems like a scene.
I've heard a lot of stories.
I bet from somebody we both know who said
and
all of them.
I'm like, the people you guys get to fight are insane. IBC, International Brawling Championship. Sure, I like a good I like a good fist fight.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
Not?
You know what I love?
Volka's fighting.
You know what I love is game bred MMA with no gloves. I think that's so fun.
Where did that go?
Dude,
it's such a bummer, man. I loved that promotion, and I really wish they just listened to me and became the ECW of combat sports.
Yeah.
And it seems like dirty boxing is sort of becoming that, but they could have been that. You could have done events at the Hangar. You could have done events at some random country bar in Houston and Nashville. And it would have looked sick. It would have looked sick. And you would have had screaming fans chanting a bunch of nonsense. It would have been amazing. I don't know what happened to them.
They had that one boxing event with like Anthony Pettis fought Roy Jones.
Yeah.
And like Jacare fought
José Aldo, Jeremy Stevens was on that
Jacare
card.
Fought Vitor or boxed Vitor. Did I make that up?
I think that's what happened. What happened? Yeah. Yeah, there were fights happened. Yeah, I remember that. Not a ton of people were at that event. And that was the problem with Game Bread is they would go to like the Amway Center in Orlando and do an event. I'm like, why? Yeah. Why are you going to NBA arenas? Like go to like convention centers in front of 500 people. That's where you should be doing.
And I remember that event, Jorge Masvidal was in like ending camp for the Gilbert Burns fight. Like that. So like he couldn't go. So like Jorge couldn't even be there. Yeah.
That was the one in I think it was like in Mississippi, Biloxi or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I heard rumblings they were trying to get an event done in December, like during UFC 323 fight week. That was like the word that I was getting, but obviously once we got to like November and had heard nothing, then so tough seeds. Unfortunate news, Schaff got re-injured his knee and had surgery recently per manager Danny Rubenstein. Same leg that has kept him sidelined over a year as he expected out another 9 to 10 months. Damn it. Was this an aerial report? I mean, if it is, then I'd buy it, obviously, but let me see. Yep, it is. It is
41
indeed.
seconds ago.
Shavkat News' gut punch feel awful for him. Remember, though, Dom Cruz went through similar chain of events and eventually came back and won the belt. But the division moves on. Got to do Islam versus Ian next. Nothing else makes more sense. That is from Ariel. Except Michael Morales also makes sense.
Sure.
But yeah, if you do Ian,
or if you do Usman, just make Ian fight Morales.
I would want to see that. I would be fascinated by that fight. And if it's Ian, do Morales versus Usman. I'd watch that too. Man, that's tough.
This dog in here is destroying my sock.
It's funny. Like, you have a destructible dog. My dog is just like back here. There he is.
This dog gets excited for like 5 minutes a day. And outside of that, he's just chilling.
Yeah, he's just snoozing behind me. Tough scenes for Shavkat. That's a bummer.
That's a bummer.
Mixed martial arts. Is Bryson DeChambeau the Michael Chandler of golf?
What does that mean?
I
don't know
his like political affiliations, I guess.
Michael, what's his name?
Bryson DeChambeau.
Bryson DeChambeau.
I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
I know. Bryson was very unlikable amongst like the golf community for many, many years, and then he went over to Live, and like I feel like people were.
Is Live still a thing?
More. Live is still a thing. Bryson has not re-signed with them currently. And then Bryson started his YouTube channel, and like people got to see kind of a different side of him. He's much more likable on that. And now he's doing like the Breaking 50 with these like huge celebrities.
I don't know what Breaking 50 means.
Yeah, so they play golf from like the women's tees. It's like the two guys, they play it together and they play like a scramble. And they just try to like break 50. And him and Steph Curry actually.
What does 50 mean?
Their overall score.
Oh, I see. What is it? Is that good?
It's incredibly good.
Is that like?
It's at least 20 under, maybe 20, 22 or 23 under, depending on what course you're playing. It's very good. It's like impossible to do for one human being from like the tees you're supposed to play at.
Would it be like 4 home runs in a game?
Be like 6 home runs in a game.
Also, just never been done.
Yeah. I mean, a team of 2 from the front tees. I mean, you have to play perfect golf to do it. But like, no one's going out there and shooting 49s or 50s. He's just not doing it. Master Universe. Jose, I watched your interview with Charles Johnson telling you about Arcane. I said to you ages ago, you have to see it. It's amazing. Genuinely one of the best things I've ever seen. Yeah,
Arcane was beautiful. It was a very beautiful show on Netflix. I'm a big fan of the animation and the characters. And bring that question back up for a second. Was that Masters of the Universe classic?
Yeah.
That new movie looks terrible.
Really?
Yeah, that movie looks terrible. Like, how do you? It looks so bad. I love Masters of the Universe. That looks bad.
Not a fan of the trailer.
No, the trailer looks awful. Like, genuinely, I will see it in theaters because I love He-Man and I love all those. I love that IP. That looks bad.
Skeletor looked pretty cool.
Yeah, that was like because Skeletor always looks. It's hard to mess up Skeletor.
I was like, "Where's Skeletor? He better be in this trailer." I was like, "Oh, there he is."
It does look very 80s. I'll give you that, but
which is what we're looking for.
Totally. It just doesn't look like a fun time. Anyway,
it's crazy because the last DBX with Gable Steveson was a great, exciting card. It was very fun. I watched some of last night. Wasn't their best lineup.
No.
Fights weren't like horrendous. The thing Dirty Boxing is going for them is they move quickly.
Very quickly. And I've had UFC fighters, like, I'm not going to name who they are, but like there have been fighters who are like on the cusp of like, you lose a couple, you might not be in the UFC anymore. They'll message me and they're like, "Oh, what do you think about this Dirty Boxing thing? Like, it looks fun." I'm like, "You should do it because you don't get choked out."
Yeah. I don't know what they are though. Like, I don't know personality wise what they are trying to be. I don't know. Are you trying to be like a serious promotion? Are you trying to be like the fights are fun and like everything behind the scenes is fun too? Like, I don't know. I can't figure it out. Like, their broadcast team, I think, is pretty solid, and their ring announcer spectacular.
Sure.
And then, like, Jason Anik does a good job with the post-fight interviews and stuff like that. It just, I don't know. I don't know what they are. I can't figure it out. I like what they're doing. I think they have something there. But, yeah, this was not their best. This is not their best lineup. I mean, their heavyweight champion is in a whole bunch of trouble right now. So
that's true.
That is not very good. Hosada weighing in on the welterweight matchmaking. Islam Morales, Ian Usman, Praches versus Bilal.
Fine.
Could do Usman Bilal too. I don't know why we're not doing
that.
That's
true. That's a great that's the fight. What am I talking about?
That should have been the fight like a year and a half ago instead of the Joaquin Buckley fight.
Oh, about Femi out first.
Oh, all right.
Love that.
This is Rumble time?
Yeah, literally just starting. Mike, who's your pick?
Oh God.
I'm gonna get all the questions. I'm gonna ask everyone in the room.
God, I kind of feel like Roman's gonna win it, but he shouldn't.
Roman, Andy.
I have no idea.
He has no idea. Giuseppe, he's a big Oba Femi guy apparently. Giuseppe's the dog. I picked Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker should win it.
He should win. Did you know if Braun Breaker wins the title, he's the first wrestler born in the 90s to win the WWE Championship, which is just awful. Wow. Because it's just a bunch of people, old heads at the top. Oba Femi is a maniac, though. That dude's crazy.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have.
I think he's gonna have the most.
Well, Braun's number 2, so them two are gonna get after for a little bit.
Yeah, Oba Femi, I think, is gonna have the most eliminations.
They should present him that way. A couple more on big predictions. Get the hell out of here. Is there truth that Volk is going to sign a contract extension with the UFC?
That's what he says. That's what he says. And if there's one person I believe, it's him. Oh, and I'm picking Shakur Stevenson to win. If someone asks.
Oh, okay.
That's also tonight. That
is a great fight. That is flying way under the radar.
If that was next week, I probably would have, because it's at MSG. But like, I'm locked in for UFC pay-per-view.
It would have done much better next week.
Yes, I agree.
Which highly tipped prospects do you love this year, and any you think will
Hmm.
fall? I worry about Sursakayev when he
Sure.
faces higher competition, but being Mosquito and Riley, I think we'll have a great year. I mean, do we consider Bia a prospect? I mean,
No.
yeah, she's a little wise beyond that. Jimmy Suss. I think Jimmy Suss will have a pretty decent year. I think the UFC is going to be pretty smart about how they book him.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to throw him to the Sharks too quickly. Luke Riley, I do like.
Luke Riley is sick.
He's
My God. It's just a bunch of big meaty men about to slap each other.
yes, about to get after.
Who's the guy? This guy would have been my answer if he. Oh no. Who's the gentleman? I can never remember his name. The one that beat Patchy.
Oh, God, I just said his name yesterday too.
I think he can make a little bit of a. He's gonna have a target on his back now.
Oh, Jacob Wicklax, yeah.
And then
Jakob, excuse
I
me.
would have depicted him if he had made weight, but the gentleman that was supposed to fight Patricio but didn't make weight because he has all the hype in the world too. Black Panther. I can never remember his name.
Yeah, Jakob. I mean, how old is Jakob? He's 29, so he kind of has to go now. He's a little limited, although his strike, he beat the shit out of Apache on the feet, which I really didn't see coming.
Totally.
So I was impressed by that. But we'll see.
Oh, someone just took out Braun before he got to the ring.
What?
It's very clearly going to be Seth Rollins
Oh, yeah.
because he just stomped him. I don't want to.
Are you kidding?
anything.
Well, now I'm watching. No,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just watch it over the corner of my shoulder. That's very funny.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. All right, let's make some predictions to get out of here since we have some craziness.
Oh,
in the Royal
Braun's
Rumble
out.
here.
That was my pick.
Out of the Rumble. Well, that was quick, Jose. Well done. Well done.
Oh no.
Esteban Rivich has accepted the fight against Renato Moicano at UFC
Love that.
326
Oh, that's
per
gonna be a
Ali.
sick fight.
I don't know if it's done though.
I don't either. That's a
This
sick
is
fight though.
Ali. Yeah, this is the Ali throw this out there kind of thing. It seems.
Yep.
I'm sure there's multiple people who are tweeting that at this very hour. So do we have bonus predictions, Jose? Who's getting 100K?
Oh, anytime Diego is part of a fight, it's usually him. You know, I think main event's fight of the night for sure.
Okay.
That's because Diego and Volk are two of the best fighters in the world. I was having this conversation with someone the other day, like, what's the best fight of the 2020s? A lot of people said Glover Yuri, which I'm not going to say no.
It's a great fight.
I think Volk Islam 1 is right there. Just because that's just a high-level MMA fight. I think main event, fight of the night, I think Coming is going to get a bonus, and I bet Tuivasa or Teixeira get a bonus. Quillen Scollin could also get a bonus too, but this dude, I'm looking at this card. Once the early prelims wrap, there's a lot of high possibility of first-round finishes.
Fight of the night, Torres, Finney, Jacob Malcolm.
I was literally about to say, is that what you're going with?
No.
All right.
I'm going to go Fazeev, Rufi as fight of the night. Performance bonus is Benoit Saint-Denis.
Yep.
God, him and Hooker might actually be fight of the night too.
3 rounds, I know. It might just be chaos for 15 minutes.
And I'm going Volkanovski for the other performance bonus.
Andy, Diego or Volkanovski? Volk, yeah.
He's going Volk. Seems.
Is
like
he the betting favorite?
He is.
Yeah.
He is. Let's run down. We'll do our main card predictions, and we'll get on out of here. We begin in the lightweight division. Killen Salkild taking on Jamie Malarkey. Killen Salkild, a minus 1,000 favorite.
Oh my God.
The comeback on Jamie Malarkey, plus 660. I think most people are predicting Mr. Salkild getting a first-round knockout. That's where I'm going.
I interviewed him in Abu Dhabi for Anything But Fighting. I spent a bit of time with him in Sydney a year ago. With his manager Jasmine used to be a photographer for MMA photographer, so I'm sure you've seen her stuff.
Yeah.
Very well-spoken kid, very strange kid, but like in a good way. When I say strange, like he's a goof. His Instagram Discover page he showed me is literally just all cheese. Because when he's cutting weight, he just looks at food and it's all cheese based. It's very funny. So yeah, Quillen.
We go to the heavyweight division. The return of Tai Tuivasa. He is a huge underdog, plus 245. The favorite, Taliesin Teixeira, minus 300. Can Tai provide some magic in Sydney, Australia, Jose?
I do. I think so. He does normally very good against tall strikers. Like Volkov, I think is a complete fighter. So he got choked out. But against like the Augusto Sakais and the Stefan Struves, Tai does pretty well. It's usually the ones that are like short and stocky and bulky that he doesn't do well against, like the Pavloviches and the Jairzinhos and the Marcin Taburas. So, yeah, I got Tai just based on history.
I mean, the thing about this fight that I enjoy the most is that we're going to know in 60 seconds what this fight is going to be. Taliesin Teixeira tackles Tai Tuivasa in the first 30 seconds of the fight. He is going to get killed.
Totally.
But if he decides to start going in there and chucking him with Tai, I think he's going to get folded and knocked out, and I choose to go with the latter because Taliesin Teixeira is going to get some UFC wins, but I don't think he's that good, honestly. And I think if Derek Lewis can get him, I think Tai can get him too. So I'm taking a dog shot on Tai Tuivasa. We go to just the best fight on this card, in my opinion. Rafael Fiziev, now the favorite. He was the underdog all week. Minus 118, the comeback on Mauricio Ruffi, plus 100. I'm going Rafael Fiziev by decision in the fight of the night. What say you?
Fiziev, I think Ruffi is a lot better than people say. I just think Benoit was clicking that night. He's been training a lot with Volkanovski right now. But Fiziev is just, when it's too close, it's so hard to pick. I always lean strength of competition, and Fiziev is about as good as you get. So I think it's Fiziev.
We got the co-main event. Benoit Saint-Denis, huge favorite, minus 390. The comeback on Dan Hooker, plus 310. I think Dan's going to put up a fight here, but in the end, I will go with Benoit Saint-Denis getting it done. I will go submission late round 2 for Benoit Saint-Denis. I'm
going to go Hooker decision. I think Hooker has just happened to fight the best lightweight in the world in his last fight. I think a lot of people forget that Gamrot fight was tough, and he pulled it out. And then people forget that Jalen Turner fight is about as good as you get. So I think Hooker gets it done. I think it'll be a decision, but I think both guys are going to knock. This is going to be one of those fights where like the winner's going to fight in November because they're not going to be ready to go soon.
That would make for a very fun fight.
And win or lose, Hooker fights Patty.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
There's just no other way to go. It's the perfect fight for the UFC. Everything lines up beautifully. We go to the main event, the rematch for the UFC Featherweight Championship of the World. The champ, Alexander Volkanovski, the minus 142 favorite. Comeback on Diego Lopes, the challenger, plus 120. Jose, final prediction, main event.
My heart says Diego. Actually, I love both of these guys. Someone had like this funny meme where it's like Volk wins happy, Diego loses crying.
Yeah.
So it's like I have that type of feeling. Both these guys are some of my favorite people in the sport. This is a type of fight I like. Just high level martial arts. Don't really need a lot of outside noise helps. But like at the end of the day, these dudes are just going to break brick on each other. But I got to go Volk. I think he just nailed it on the head. Like that John Silva fight was crazy. If John Silva knew how to fight hyper intelligently, that could have been a tough fight for Diego. Like John Silva shot himself in the foot with that spinning back elbow. So I got to go Volk.
I'm going Volk. I think this is much more decisive than the first fight. I actually think Volk's going to get him out of there. Round 4, TKO. I think the best thing Volk can do here for his legacy and all that.
Zach Ryder's
back.
Fun. Right. This is a fun story. My college roommate here that's watching this with me. Was it senior year? Junior year? Junior year, we went as Zach Ryder for Halloween.
Both of you?
Both of us.
We
had the broski headbands with the internet championships and everything.
That's terrific. That is terrific. Well, thank you for joining us. We're both picking Volkanovski to win the main event. Jed and I will see you at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll watch the last 6 fights together on the watch party. Post-fight show on to the next one tomorrow. Let's just have some fun. It's not the best card of all time, but I think we're going to have a good time. So for Jose, I am Mike Heck. Enjoy the rest of the Royal Rumble and UFC 325. We're out of here.
Hasta luego, everybody.